Okay, I want to say welcome again. It's me, Wushu Richard, with a quick video for you here in HD, full HD, and I'm going to make this simple and to the point. I'm going to show you some basic defense techniques you can do. Blocking with the top half of the body here. Only the hand technique, just to give you a very basic understanding of how you can do some variations or combinations of blocking, okay, so defending yourself with blocking motions and striking back, so like counter strike as a simultaneous move. Okay, you don't really want to go 1-2, you want to go one together, so defense and attack. So let's look again. Okay, so we're also going to look at some other techniques too, so not only from the Wing Chun style. Okay, in Mandarin Chinese it's Yung Chun Chuan, but we're not only looking from that style, we're looking mainly at techniques from that style, but we're also looking at some other techniques I'll show you too, okay? From other styles. So if I'm standing here, and if someone goes to attack my body, okay, and this doesn't matter, okay? This doesn't matter if you're standing here facing front on, or if you're standing back with one leg and you're just, you know, on the angle, like facing here, like one leg in front, one leg behind. It doesn't matter, the same principle, but I'm just saying, if I'm here, if someone's going to hit me in my body or my face, okay, let's look at that. If someone comes to hit my face, I can block to the side and I can strike to the body at the same time. If I want to move slightly, I can do that, but the basic thing is keeping the body straight for the most part, your torso, not leaning and swaying. You do that in boxing usually, things like that, but with Wing Chun it's usually straight, and you bend your knees for a bit of stability there, okay? But anyway, with the hands, you parry there, okay? If someone's going to hit my face, I can parry, and I can strike him here with a fist. I can also do a turning punch like that if I want to. Remember, when we're doing punches, we don't always need to reach out so long and straight. Keep a slight bend. The same with this chain punch, like in Wing Chun, when you're doing the chain punch, same thing. Check out my other video for that. Anyway, when you're hitting low, it doesn't really matter how you hit, okay? You can block here, strike. If someone's going to come straight for my face, like straight for a punch in my face, or I can parry that. If I want to move, I can slightly. I'm going to hit the body here. I could hit this way, or I could do a back fist. I could do a palm this way. So there's things you can do, and if you can, sometimes you may want to hit on the inside too. So, you know, to the face. So if someone's going to hit my face, I can block and hit him in the face with a palm strike, you see, or to his chin like this, or even just a punch to the face. I can block my one and hit him to the face, see, and things like that. You could do a straight punch if you wanted to, turn in one if you wanted to. When you do a parry movement like this, either side, so you can practice, see, so it's coordination. So, okay. And with any strikes, if you're very close, you can also do an elbow coming into the solar plexus using the flat part still. Bam, okay, so that. You could try and reach it up high here, you know, but I don't know how well it would work. You could even also try to parry and then go up like an elbow to either his solar plexus or his jaw. But I don't think it would work as well. Okay, what else can you do, obviously? Okay, so to the body, you can also do the same kind of parry motions, but the only thing is it's a bit low. You can block down, as I've said already before. You can block down, okay, you can do that. You can block down to the body here, and you can hit over the top, so blocking down and hitting. Yeah, and you can come over here again, roll, so you can do this rolling motion, you see. You can block and punch, I can roll again and punch, or back fist to his nose, coming over, or in a diagonal, or coming across to the side of the head. Yeah, you see, and if I'm on a side motion here, a side stance, sorry, side angle, I can still do any of these techniques. Okay, so I could do that, I could do that, you see, or I could do that, you see. On the side, so if I'm fighting on the side here, I could hit from here. I can also parry and then hit low with a back fist, hitting low if my opponent's standing here, or if you're here, I can parry you there and strike low. Other variations too would be things like hitting on, if someone already grabs me, if you grab my shoulder there, I could grab your hand and not let you go and then strike you, or come up to your face here, see? From the side, if someone's here, I could do a side elbow here using the point. But usually when you're turning and striking, you hit with the flat part to the center, the face, the body, or the side of the head or the body, just like in Muay Thai. Okay, you want to put the waist motion in when you want to, when you need to. For attacks towards the ribs, the side of the body here and the side of the head or the neck, you can do chops in, of course, also. You know, so you could do a chopping motion or a palming motion, or other techniques. So you'll find chops like that in karate too, and you'll find boxing hooks and things like boxing you can do to the body too. You can check out my other video for motions on those. We've already covered a few techniques in another video where I showed you some outer blocking motions, like blocking out. Notice how in Wing Chun also, in Mandarin it's Yung Chun Chuan. In Wing Chun, usually we have, no matter how we stand, we always have one hand in front here and one hand in the middle. So like body, 1, 2, and then 3. And this hand's in the middle. This is a guard, a back guard behind. So if you're fighting and you have any trouble, if somebody grabs your arm or deflects that, you have this hand here behind as a second counter, using your knife edge of the palm here and your wrist here also to block. Elbows are never out like this. Always keep your elbows in. And if you are in a boxing stance, okay, be it with fists or open hands, you can still use your elbows to cover, and you can still, even if you're like this, you can still work these same principles of outer blocks. I could block on the side, hit to the body here. You can mix up your Wing Chun and your boxing if you're smart. Okay? But it's just different mechanics, and the thing with Wing Chun especially, you're using your hands, your fists, your palms for chopping, whatever it might be, palm strikes, elbows, and also forearms to actually strike and block, to guard. So you can bring your hands, as I say, you can do this kind of motion here where you bring your wrist and using your forearm to block. So if someone comes to hit my body, I can use my arm also to block. Not only my hand to block his arm, I can use my arm. And I can come through, same sort of thing, right? The thing in Wing Chun, we talk about close range combat. In Wing Chun, we're not talking about big swinging, arcing motions. We're focusing on going straight through the center, even if that means from the outside. So, like as in from the angle, like fighting on the outside. But if you're doing that, you're still keeping it very tight on that center, you see. Your hands are on the center. You're not like this open and wide and one hand far back here or wide like this, It's very close orientated, like boxing, close. So that kind of thing, parrying, that kind of thing, still the same kind of thing when you're doing Wing Chun, basically. The two hands are protecting, very naturally. And the hands are in the right places there, so it's a guard. That's why it's a very useful technique, a useful style, I feel. This is not going to be a very long video, okay, because it's HD. I've got to be careful size-wise, but I'll show you a few more techniques. Other techniques you can do briefly. We've looked at the outer block, okay. You can go out like this across the body, basically, from one side to the center. It should be not from shoulder to shoulder, but from here on this side, under your arm, and across here would be okay. But you want to go to the center. When this hand comes under here, you can come back and then bring this hand back to the center, back here. As I say, I have whole videos on courses of my Wing Chun, and I have a whole video, a long video which I'm going to upload, which is taking you through all of the basics in my main system, just solo training. So I hope you enjoy that when that comes up. Okay? But this is a basic outer block motion you can do. However you do it, the idea anyway is just focus on the center. But the idea is, however you're standing, you want to block outwardly, you see. So you're moving. You can move from shoulder to shoulder, but you're moving across the body in open motion. You can also block across the body like this, or just to the center, but you're using your whole arm, forearm, the outside or the inside, to guard across your body, see. As one hand can, defend. So you're not only using your hands, you're using your arms to block as well as your hands. Same for striking too. So basically the thing is, when someone's going to hit me to my body or my face, okay, if you're going to punch me in the face, let's say if you're facing me now and you're going to come straight, okay, to strike me straight in my face, bang. Now with your right hand, okay, your right hand, you're on this side, alright. So I will mirror you. If you use that side, I'll use this side. If you use that hand, I'll use this hand. So I'm not going to reach across necessarily. If I was to do this motion, so I can block past my face, or I can block my body, for example, just this basic motion I'm saying, regardless of what martial art you do, it's moving across, okay. I can strike on the inside and strike you. I can do this and I can palm this motion. I can even put some motion into it if I wanted to. I can even strike. I can even chop. But the thing is, or even back fist, and I can do this motion. And I can, if I want to, there's a variation of this. When I do this motion, I can also turn my hand this way, like this. So it's like coming across and striking. It's like the crane's wing. So I catch your arm behind here. Okay. More about that in other videos, as I say. But I will block across. So you block and strike. Bam. So I block, bring your arm across and hit, and bring your arm down and hit. If you're going to come here, I might come this side, so catch your arm and strike here. I could do a swing motion, but so while I'm coming around, you have a chance to come in. So even if I'm tight, so if you're going to watch that out, if I'm blocking here and coming, so you can still have a chance to come in. But I could do that, but you want to bring your elbows in so to protect your body from the inside here. As I block your arm and come in, and I can just face you here the same way. I could do that. You don't grab the arm; you just catch the arm under here. So go and bring the person's arm down and come in. If you don't grab, that means your hand's free, so you just catch their arm under here, see? And then I can come in. Now usually you do this on the outside, and you can actually cross underneath like this also, this kind of motion. So if you've got two arms coming to push me, I can open your arms up there. So for example, I could just do this with my palm and push you back. But when you do one like this, see, I can palm in here, I can turn some motion into it with my waist, see? And come in, see? One palming here, or pole punching, see? Could be an elbow even, to the side or to the front, see? How are you going to do it? But you're grabbing, see? And when you do this motion, if you wanted to, you could grab the person's wrist, or you can just use your arm. So if you're doing that, I could do a back fist here. And let's say the hand's still free, so I can still let go, I can still come in and strike you with this hand coming out the inside. So when I do this, I'm not committing my fingers, I'm just here, and then this can still come in and strike you, see? With a ridge hand or forearm strike. Now, what I'm going to say to you also is when you're doing this kind of motion, whether it's a normal outer block like this, or like with a fist like karate, or just tight like boxing on either side, see, it's similar things. So you've got this in and out motion, see, or with the crane, as I say, see, it's a similar motion. Elbows in, using your wrists to guard, and your hands are free, you strike. However you punch, boxing or Wing Chun, whatever you see, same thing. Now on the outside it's the same thing. You can, if someone's going to hit me, I can block to the outside and hit you to the body here. I could here, see, or with that crane one. Yeah. So if you're going to hit me, I can, I could block against your other arm. So if you're facing me there and you hit me with that hand, I can block on the outside, bring your arm across, turn it to the outside and hit you into your outside gut or face. See? And it could be an elbow too. I could hit you with the elbow. Or I could grab your arm, or I can just do this motion here. So when I'm doing this motion here to the side, see, this hand can strike to your body, high or low. However it's going to do it, a punch, an elbow, or a high, or a boxing hook, or a Wing Chun there. See? But you don't want to go too far. You want to just turn it so you get this left and right motion. You face the centre, or slightly to the side here. Hit the body like this if you wish to, okay? Or palm. So a bit hard to show you in this video with the angle, you see, but this kind of motion. So when you're doing the motion, it looks like I'm holding a ball here, right? It's like I'm doing this kind of motion, you see. It's like I'm doing that, and I'll just turn across, see. The elbow's still tucked in, and this comes in. Sink your weight and turn your weight. Yeah. Punch here, see. Okay. I could also take your elbow away and then come straight back in for a strike, see. They're coming in. So, bam. So I can block down and palm into the face also, straight on. Bam. Or I can come out this way and then come here. See, I can also go when I'm coming in, I can do that, see? So I can bring your arm down and palm through to the face, as I've said, or chopping, okay? You can also do chopping motions where you're blocking with the arm. Like if someone's going to hit low, I can block down, chop against their arm and then strike here, that kind of thing. Block down and strike here. I block and strike and do this kind of thing. This kind of motion. I'm not showing you double blocks here, I'm just saying, for example, one block and one strike, for example. You can do shoulder barges, elbow strikes from different angles, a lot of things you can do. I'm not trying to show you everything and confuse you here, just one or two things, you know. Just check out the other video too, okay? You know, as I say, we've got like, you know, you've got circular motions too, circling, blocking like this, or outwardly. When you do circular motions, like you might find in the tiger, for example, you can also block down and strike through, or like this. Just together, see, when you do it. Block down with your arm and you strike through. You can also come back out and chop here. This can protect your face also, see. Parry and go in, see. So you make combinations and work these techniques in different ways. You elbow somebody from the side, from behind, or up to the jaw. I'm always keeping my guard here, my hands are strong in front and my elbows are in. You can mix your styles up, not only Wing Chun, but you can, or you can just do boxing with that. You can do a lot of things. You can open your mind. Another thing with the crane block, please excuse me, I'm a little bit uncomfortable today with my shoulder specifically, but I'm just saying, okay, please excuse that. But another thing is not only blocking outwardly, like this with the wrist, the crane, okay, blocking outwardly, not only, but also blocking in. You can also block in with your wrist here and block and bring the hand down, so I can bring someone's arm down and punch through here, or back fist here, or open hand like the crane here. I can block in and come over here. I've also done a whole series on the white crane, also my white crane a long time ago, but I'll be doing more of that in more videos too. So whether I'm blocking out and striking with an open, relaxed hand or a back fist, I can also come in the same way, so I can do that. So we can do circular motions of the crane too. So when you're doing it out or in, you can also do that low. You can circulate it high and low, or the other way. Do that. See, so I can come in and back fist you. I can do this way, but the idea is to come straight in. So I don't want to go this way, one and then two, because he hit me first. I want to go straight in. If he catches my arm or blocks it, I might grab his arm, so I'll take that down and go straight with my strike. I don't want to go 1, 2. I want to go together. See, I might parry that here and strike him low. See, I might take his arm and hit to the side. There's a lot of footwork involved as well, you see. And back to the boxing, let's say, depending on what you're going to do, working your techniques. For a block against a swing, okay. For a block against a swinging punch towards you, coming around, anything coming around, you can always block out, like I've told you before, like this, blocking out like that with your arm. Okay, so up, here, standing here, or the other way, this side, blocking against it, twisting out against the person's arm as they come. Block. You may hurt them with your arm or your chopping hand against their wrist. But don't do it, you must block against their arm on the inside. When they're going to swing you, you want to block against the arm on the person's inside. Don't go to their elbow, because their hand can still hook around and hit you. So block. You can make it smaller by all means, or bigger, depending on the situation, then back. You know. Always remember to have this backhand as a guard, is my advice. If you've got one hand in front here, unless you've got two hands here, but that means you've got to wait for the attack to come in closer to guard, like boxing. So boxing's good, but I like the Wing Chun guard when you're here in the Wing Chun guard usually. Okay, thanks for watching this video. I'm very sorry I was a bit stiff here today with my shoulder, but it's in HD and I've shown you some basic techniques, and I've just done them a little rough, and I've just shown you the basic concept of the movements. I will do much better videos showing you much better techniques, okay, and a much better form of it. Okay, I'm very sorry my techniques are a little rusty today because I've got a bit of a painful shoulder, okay, and I'm a bit stiff, but you know, thanks a lot for watching, okay, and if you have any questions about those techniques, do let me know. So you can train on on trees and stuff too. You can train on trees and stuff like that, or train with someone and get some good conditioning for your arms to get used to the techniques how to fight. Okay, thanks for watching. Train hard and stay safe.